What's going on, beautiful people? Jace with Heathen Army here. Welcome back to my journey to better health, wellness, strength, and conditioning. Week 24 is in the books, and it was just an okay week. The lots of issues, several things to talk about here. The workouts weren't that great. I did get in. I did show up, so that's important. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I followed just my typical workout plan. So Monday bench, Wednesday squats, Friday deadlifts. So and they were altered to a certain degree, just because I'm still dealing with some shoulder issues. For example, on Monday with the bench workout, and the squat workout went okay, and the deadlift workout kind of was a little sloppy. So, but I showed up and I got some work in. Cardio is just non-existent for me right now, and that has to change. So I'm already into week 25 here, and so far it's been no cardio. And today is Wednesday, the 18th of September. So again, just getting to the full-time job obviously takes precedent over, me recording my journey here. So that's what's, been taking up a bunch of my time, the job. But I will say that I'm going to get to it. Today I plan to do, it's going to be a little different. I think maybe I was just getting a little bit tired of the same routine. I think it's time for a little bit of variety and change some things up. So that's kind of where I'm at in my head. Also, mentally, it hasn't been great. You're going to have bad moments. You're going to have rough moments. And it's all about how we manage that. And so that's what I'm trying to do. The nutrition for week 24 was good through the week. So you know the story here. If you've watched any, the stuff that I have going on, it's really good through the week, and then just straight trash on the weekends. And that was pretty much it here. I would even say Monday of this week, week 25, Monday night was trash. And to be honest, yesterday was okay. It's, sometimes you just get into these ruts. That's what I've been in since last Monday. I would say I've been in this just kind of weird space where the motivation is not there and the discipline is fading. Not completely gone because I showed up and actually got some work in, right? But not where it needs to be to continue my journey. So, but hey, this is just 1 week of many successful other weeks. So I just need to put that into perspective and work on my mindset and work on my motivation even a little bit, right? What's getting me excited to go do these things? Something has changed there, and that I need to figure out, and because that's a big part of it for me, right? We can be disciplined and we can go do that work, but man, it's so much more fun when your motivation is there and you're excited to get in and do something. So lots of work to happen there. But I will say that, the mat work, I did get also done. So as I've done in other videos where we kick off Monday. Let's talk about Monday real quick, because, the mat work was bothering me a little bit, and I think it was just a little bit too much, right? I was getting in and, doing 3 sets of these, leg raises, leg kicks, scissor kicks, planks, sandbag carries, skiers, all that. Variation, right, of that. And so I decided to, instead of doing 3, I just did 2. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I still got in and loosened some things up. I just didn't go a full 3 sets, which I think is good. I think 2 is pretty good, just as a warm up. And in this case, Monday was pretty good. So let's talk about Monday. So I got in and did, as you see there, my mat work. So I got my leg raises in, and this was also leg raises, scissor kicks, side leg raises, and then planks. So starting on Monday, and felt pretty good. just a good solid warm up for sure. But things started to go a little bit bad or rough on the bench. So as you see, I always start with the bar. And I was actually feeling pretty good here. I thought, oh, my shoulder's doing okay. Maybe this is going to be, a little bit better of a workout. Even kind of moved my grip in just a little bit. And as soon as I put 135 on, it was straight trash. So just struggled with 135. I mean, obviously, the shoulder is a problem. So I made a point this week not to do any benching. So Monday, the 16th, I didn't do any strength training at all. So, and then I moved to 155 and it was just more of the same. Just really struggle. I was really getting frustrated too. So I just said, screw that. I'm going to move over to the Smith machine. And I just put 135, or not 135, but 45s on each side and did some benching in the Smith machine just to change it up, just to continue to get some work in. As you see, I was really frustrated. I was ready to throw that power rack out the window. And then I went to 45s and 10s in the Smith machine. So I was able to for some reason, the shoulder is just really bothersome. I wasn't expecting to have these setbacks, both physically and mentally, to be honest. So, but hey, I'm showing up and I'm still putting in work. I then switched over to just a decline and went 45s and 10s as well there. And that actually, the Smith machine just feels really good right now. So I think that's what, this week I'm going to focus on. I'm going to get out of the power rack and just use the Smith machine this week. And as you can, see, that ended, didn't get any incline, didn't get any incline in, and very little decline in regular at flat bench. So, golly, man, it's just a struggle with that workout and extremely frustrating, right? So maybe this break, will help me this week. And we can start seeing some things that will improve a little bit. And then Wednesday, mat work kicked off, and again, instead of 3 sets, I just did 2 sets of my leg raises, scissor kicks, side leg raises on both sides, and then I did planks, and that was it. So what you see there is just I did another whole set of that for Wednesday, and then that was the extent of the warm-up for Wednesday. And I actually was a little bit excited to get into the squats, and so I was thinking, oh, this is going to be good, but it still wasn't my normal, what I would say my normal work here. So I started with an empty bar, just working on my depth and things like that. And then I move over to 45s. So I started putting some weight on pretty quickly. And they were feeling okay. I definitely still have issues with my hip from my accident, which I've talked about in previous videos. And as you can see there with 45s, getting good depth and feeling okay. This was feeling okay. And then I marched up to 45s and 10s. And I did get way more work, way more volume here than I did on Monday with the bench. So that was actually a good thing. And the weight felt pretty good. But the hip was definitely bothering me here. And, if you look right, my right leg, I'm turning my heel inward. Some things, it's great when you record yourself, right? You can see some of the things that you're doing. Here's 45s and 25s, a little bit slower, but not necessarily feeling heavy, just taking my time there a little bit, and struggling a little bit on the hip side at this point is what I would say. I can't remember if I did 245s on Wednesday or not. We'll see here when this ends. I think maybe I got at least some work in on the heavier side. Yeah, so there are 245s now on each side. Pretty good depth. I'm happy with the improvement that I'm seeing on the heavier weight side. A little bit slower. I took a minute or a second there and then got a third rep in, and it looks like I did actually got 4 reps in, which is pretty good. And then all I did was I worked my way down. So from that, so I did get some good volume, and the workout felt pretty good. It was that evening, Wednesday evening, that I started to really feel my hip, and where I broke my hip, and it was a posterior fracture of the left side. If you watch football at all, it's exactly the same injury that Tua had and when he was at Alabama. For me, it was the steering wheel hitting my knee and then breaking my hip out that way. But anyway, Wednesday was probably the best workout of the week, of week 24. So, yeah, it was quite the delayed onset muscle soreness struggle as well played into it. So, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I showed up, so I'm still putting in that work. That was essentially the Wednesday workout. And then we moved on to Friday, and Friday again, just stuck to the same script, right? Leg raises, side leg raises, scissor kicks, and then finished up the warm up with planks. And instead of 3, I just did 2. That went pretty well. No issues with the hip, no issues with the shoulders, and felt pretty good. Man, I'll tell you, I'm definitely changing it up this week. I think, sometimes things you get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. You need a little variety. I think that's what, in some cases, what hinders people when you're on your journey. You just start doing the same things and then you get bored with it. And so you just stop, right? Instead of changing things up. That's happened to me in the past as well. So, but that was essentially the mat work, a little warm up. And then I moved into deadlifts. And I was actually, again, I had a little bit of motivation going into this. I started out with just an empty bar, just getting the movement in. And I did notice at this point that I was still feeling the hip a little bit from the squats on Wednesday. But I'm like, we'll keep rolling and see how it goes. I only did 2 sets with the empty bar. I don't know why I did 3 last week. That's just stupid. But I moved right into 135, and 135 felt pretty good. And I started to, instead of doing 8, I did 10 reps, I believe, here with 135. And things were good. The movement was good. My hip was feeling good. And really working on getting good, solid pulls with 135. And, feeling light for me, which is good. So definitely feeling like I'm getting stronger there a little bit. Then I moved to 155. And again, I think I did 10 reps here. And just enjoying some coffee. And I thought, man, this is going to be, a really good, solid, dead workout. Things started to fail as I got heavier, and the frustration ensued, as you'll see here soon. One of the things that I also did was after 155, I went 185, and as you see there, I got 10 reps of 185. So I was feeling really good to this point. I'm not quite sure, it's only 2 more reps per set. So, it's not like I'm adding a ton more volume than I did in previous weeks. So it's just, soon as I got to 225, everything just went downhill for me. I just couldn't find, I don't know if it's the strength or I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe it's just everything here. But there I got 1 pull of 225, and these were rough. So there's 2, and then I get a third there, and it was just done. So then I'm like, I'm going to take a break. Let me go see if I can pull it again. And I got 1 rep in, and that was it. So then I'm like, let me just go back down. So those 225s were rough. I have no idea why. I took a little bit of a break, and I got 1 more set of 185 in. I think it was 4 reps, and then it was done. I mean, I literally just fell apart that fast on the deadlift. So yeah, you're going to have days like this, right? I mean, you just got to keep going, right? Change some things up, but it's important to listen to your body. All weekend, I struggled with my hip. And even as I talk to you now, my left hip is, I feel it. And so that's why that's why this week is going to be different. I don't think I'm going to do squats today. I think what I'm going to do is stick to cardio today. And then I'm going to do some bench work using the Smith machine today, just so I can keep the movements in. Probably going to also do cardio tomorrow. And then maybe look at squats on Friday. I don't think I'm going to do deadlifts at all this week. I'm going to take a break from those. We'll see how everything feels in terms of doing squats on Friday. But I know my goal is I'm in a cutting phase and I'm not losing weight because I'm eating too much on the weekends and I'm not sticking to my cardio. Essentially, that's what it is, right? Just too many calories. And you can't outwork a bad diet. And it's that simple. So we're going to get to fixing that this week and finally get to a point where I just need to get this extra 25 pounds off my frame. And then we can get back into, I think, a more tailored strength training program. That's my goal. So also, hopefully, working on the mental side as well. Mental health is so important. And with a lot of the drama that's been in my life over the last little bit, it's definitely played a role in where I am. And that's okay. I haven't gained a bunch of weight, which is really important since really March is where the struggles started to hit with the weight loss. So I'm excited about that, right? Yeah, we're just going to see the weight go down, and that's going to be my focus as I move forward. So anyway, that was the week in a nutshell. 17 minutes, good grief. It's just ridiculous. So if you've watched this long, it's great. Listen, as always, go check out our website, heathenarmyfitness.com. Lots of resources out there. Go check it out. And man, week 24 is in the books. Not a great week. There are going to be bad weeks, and that's okay. I'm Jace with Heathen Army. See you.